the game, but I wanted to try to organize what bills we have in committee and just kind of sort through those so that we can then, maybe this afternoon or at a later date, uh, put together, put together our conference committee reports. So I think we have it all printed out for us here. Uh, Eileen, would you be the one going through this, or should I just start reading off the list? That would be fabulous because I didn't bring my glasses. I have one on my desk. I just left it there because I have a style, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Would you like me to go over the bills that are only content conferenceable in addition to the ones that are fully conferenceable?
Yes, if you could do that, that would be fantastic.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. House Bill 2042 is the bill about title agents. It would require title agents to make their audit reports available for inspection rather than having them submit to the commissioner each year. And then this is a bill that also would require the amount of surety bonds filed with the commissioner to be set at $100,000 standard. And it also eliminates the controlled business exemption in certain counties. The House made an effective date change to the bill on to make that effective date January 2nd of 2026. It should be January 1st of 2026. That was made at the request of the department. The House passed the bill 103-8 on February 7th. When it came over to the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance heard the bill, worked the bill on March 4th, and made an effective date amendment. The bill passed the Senate floor on March 13th. It was 39-0. House Bill 2043 requires agents and insurers to respond to inquiries from the Commissioner of Insurance within 14 calendar days and would authorize certain rebate pilot programs to exceed 1 year in duration. The House Insurance Committee worked the bill on January 30th. There was a committee amendment made to standardize the time frame for insurance agents at 14 calendar days. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on March 7th, 97-14. When the bill came over to the Senate, we worked the bill in Senate FI&I on March 5th. We made an amendment to correct the House amendment on request of the industry, and the bill passed out of the Senate Committee of the Whole 39-0. House Bill 2044 is the bill relating to third-party administrators, makes them maintain separate fiduciary accounts, and would require third-party administrators to disclose any bankruptcy petition filed by or on behalf of the administrator pursuant to Chapter 9 or Chapter 11 of the Bankruptcy Code, the Federal Bankruptcy Code. House put that on the consent calendar where it passed on February 7th, 105-9. When the bill came to the Senate side, Senate FI&I worked the bill on March 11th. There was an amendment to change the word immediately, which modified when the third-party administrator was to notify the commissioner of when a bankruptcy petition would be filed. Immediately was changed because there was thought that the word immediately could be confusing. And so that was changed to at the time the bankruptcy petition was filed, and the bill passed out of the Senate Committee of the Whole on March 20th. House Bill 2045 this is the board bill, and would allow the commissioner to reduce the number of board members appointed on certain insurance-related boards. Again, the House Committee on Insurance put the bill on the consent calendar where it passed on February 7th, 104-10. When the bill came over, Senate FI&I made an effective date change, and the bill was passed out on March 13th. House Bill 2046 authorized insurers to file certain travel insurance policies under an accident and health line of insurance rather than just the standard inland marine line. The bill was passed out of the House Committee on Insurance without amendment, passed the House Committee of the Whole on February 14th, 118-0. When the bill was heard in Senate FI&I, there was an effective date change to the bill, and the bill passed the Senate Committee of the Whole 40-0. On House Bill 2047, this is the bill that would provide for the establishment of an online insurance verification system for the verification of evidence of motor vehicle liability insurance. The House Committee did amend the bill, and somebody help me. Oh, right. Yeah, there was a limitation placed on how the insurance, or how additional information could be used. The House passed the bill February 14th, 118-0. The Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance did hear the bill on March 5th, but did not work the bill. So that is only content amended, content conferenceable. House Bill 2048 would eliminate the requirement that the commissioners submit certain reports to the governor and remove certain specific entities from the definition of person for the purpose of enforcing insurance law. House Insurance put the bill on the consent calendar where it passed on March 5th, 105-12. And when the bill came over to the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance, there was an effective date change made on it. The bill also was amended, and Senator Francisco, this was your amendment. Give me 1 second. Thank you. I have literally room for 3 words on my, and the amendment was made to the bill to, rather than eliminate the requirement that the commissioners compile the report and submit it to the commissioner, the amendment would make the commissioner still have to compile the report and then publish it on their website. The Senate Committee of the Whole passed the bill 40-0. Senate Bill 2049 updated the public adjuster and insurance agent statutes pertaining to suspension, revocation, denial of licensure, and licensure renewal. There was the House Committee on Insurance worked the bill on January 30th. There was an amendment made again to standardize all insurance agents to respond to all inquiries within a time frame of 14 calendar days. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill 114-0. When the bill came over to the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance heard the bill, worked the bill, and upon request, the days were corrected to be 15 business days. And there was also an effective date change to the bill. On March 18th, the bill passed out of the Senate Committee of the Whole 40-0. House Bill 2050 authorizes the commissioner, this is the good old fee bill, authorizes the commissioner of insurance to set the amount of certain fees and requires the publication of those fees in the Kansas Register. There was no, when the House Committee on Insurance worked the bill on January 30th, there was an attempt to clarify the statement that newly appointed agents would be assessed a $2 appointment fee paid by the appointing company. There was an attempt to make that more clear, but it didn't quite work, but the House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on February 7th, 114-0. When the bill came to the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance, again, thank you, Senator Francisco. We took the one-word newly appointed agents and really clarified the language by adding inserted a couple of different sentences to clarify that the fee was non-recurring, one time only, and it was $2 for as long as the agent was going to work for the appointing insurer. So it was clear that it literally was. Yeah, the bill was amended in 4 different other places where that same language was made. The Senate Committee of the Whole passed the bill 38-2. House Bill 2128 is the accreditation bill for the department. This is the one that would fix the date change problem and also allow the commissioner to select and announce the version of certain instructions, calculations, and documents in effect for the upcoming calendar year and have that announcement published in the Kansas Register not later than December 1st. It would allow certain life insurers to follow health financial reports. And this is also the bill that would adopt the NAIC Model Act language and requirements pertaining to group capital calculations and liquidity stress testing. The House Committee on Insurance amended the bill on the department's request. We inserted the word material within the bill to make that statement correct. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on February 20th, 121-0. When the bill came over to the Senate Committee on Financial Institutions and Insurance worked the bill on March 18th. There were 2 amendments made. The first amendment was made to change the effective date, and the second amendment was made to add the town amendment, which is the amendment that would make certain self-funded insurance plans not regulate, to make them exempt from the definition of a health benefit plan and thus make them not regulated by the department. The House Committee. Do it. That was that guy's catch. Nope. It was a certain representative from the department who is omnipresent in our committee meetings. The Senate Committee of the Whole passed the bill 40-0 on March 20th. House Bill 2245 is the bill that would transfer the state employee health plan from the Department of Administration over to the Commissioner of Insurance. The bill was amended in the House Committee, and this is due to literally my fault and Kayla's. The bill kept pulling in the wrong version of the statute, so we made an amendment to insert the correct version of the statutes, which is always helpful when you're working legislation. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on February 26th, 84-39. The bill came over to the Senate and there was no action taken, so this is content only conferenceable. House Bill 2246 enacts the Consumer Protection Related to Hospital Transparency Act. In the House Committee on Insurance, there was a technical amendment to renumber a section to make it correct. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on February 20th, 80-42. No action taken on the Senate side, so again, this is content only conferenceable. House Bill 22. Mr. Chair, I beg your pardon. This is that was conference with Senate Public Health and Welfare. I have it on your list for House bills. It would not be conferenced with FI&I and I beg your pardon, I have it on your list for, that started as all House bills. House Bill 333 is the bill that would rename the Kansas Insurance Department as the Kansas Department of Insurance, thus allowing certain representatives from the department to correctly state that the representative is from the Kansas Department of Insurance. The bill was heard and passed out of committee with no committee amendments. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill on February 20th, 117-6. When the bill came over to the Senate made an effective date change, and the bill passed out of the Senate Committee of the Whole unanimously. House Bill 2334 updates certain terms, conditions, and definitions to the Captive Insurance Act and provides for provisional certificates of authority, incorporated cell insurance companies, and protected cell insurance, captive insurance companies. The House Committee on Insurance heard the bill, worked the bill, and inserted an amendment to change the application fee from $2,500 to an amount of up to $2,500, which would place that $2,500 as a ceiling, a cap on that application fee. The House Committee of the Whole passed the bill 113-10. When the bill came over to the Senate, there was an amendment in committee to change the effective date of the bill, and on the floor, another amendment was made to allow captive insurance companies that are citing in Kansas from another jurisdiction to have their first year of tax, premium tax exempted. The language actually states that if a insurance company were to domicile in Kansas on July 1st or after, their premium tax would be prorated for that half a year only. The amendment also goes on to say that the newly domiciled captive insurance company can pick either the first or their second tax year in Kansas for their one whole year tax exemption, so that if a company came after July 1st, they wouldn't waste their first year tax exemption on a prorated year. They could pick their second year in Kansas and have that full year be tax exempt. And with that, Mr. Chair, those are your House bills.
That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Now, did you want to go over the Senate bills? Most,
Be on the floor in 10 minutes.
oh yeah, so do
Most
we.
of most of ours are pending bills to yours. Most of our bills, thank you, are companion bills to the House. Are there,
Into your mic.
can you hear me now? Thank you. Okay. Third time. Most of our bills are companion bills to the House. Are there any bills that you are particularly interested that were not companion bills to you? I mean, you had the majority. Eileen?
I'm sorry, I beg your pardon, Madam Chair, for interrupting. We do have a number of Senate bills that were not companion
Yes.
bills to House bills as well.
That's what
I can
was
hit,
asking.
oh, I'm sorry, I beg your pardon. I can hit those if you want and be real quick about it.
Can we do that?
Yeah, that sounds perfect to
Good.
me.
Senate Bill 32 reduces insurance company premium tax rates and discontinues remittance and crediting of a portion of the premium tax to the Insurance Department Service Regulation Fund. Senate Bill 42 is the Senate companion to House Bill 2047. I mentioned this only because both the House and the Senate took action on that. This is the online verification of motor vehicle insurance. And then we have Senate Bill 284. This is the enacting the Defense of Drug Delivery Act to prohibit manufacture and interference relating to 340B drug distribution. And that's it for me.
So we only had 3.
Okay, well, that's a whole lot easier to describe, isn't it? All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we have our homework assignment. Uh,
Do you have a plan for what you want to conference on first? Because we have a 1 o'clock meeting.
By 1 o'clock, I will have a plan.
Okay. It would probably, if I might suggest something, it might be worthwhile looking at the bills that we both heard, both passed by large margins.
Sure.
That may be able to be
Those will be the
blended
easy ones.
together.
Sure.
Yes, the easy ones. Shall we start with the easy one?
Let's start with the
Okay.
easy ones. I like your strategy. Then we can look at the more divisive ones. Very good. I think that's a good plan. All right. Well then, you have anything else? Or-
We're scheduled for 1 o'clock, so we'll wait for your plan.
All right. I will be not paying attention on the floor, trying to devise a plan, and we will meet again at 1 o'clock. All right.
It's a pleasure. Bye.
Thank you. We are.